reason why I'm going through the evolutionary tree and finding out a lot of other problems. Because, look at this. Alright. Sponges, asymmetric. Then comb jellyfish, biradial symmetry. Simplest animal, asymmetric. Have tentacles, stronger radial symmetry. Alright. Right here is the problem. Life will not go from asymmetric to bilateral symmetry, then back to asymmetric. It makes no sense. This is basically embryonic cells also, okay? So since it is technically like tissue, basically what's going on here, the sponges are evolving, which is like skin and bone, and the simplest, which is the placozoa, basically this is the skin and bone, okay? This is what's going to become skin and bone tissue of all animals on Earth, all right? So then a bilateral or biradial symmetry actually forms and evolves, okay? The ctenophora, all right? It's kind of like a jellyfish, but it's not. It's like, you know, well, it is kind of technically, but anyway, they're neurological systems, you know what I'm saying? So you have your skin and bone that evolve, then finally your neurological systems evolve. Then a simple neurological system that has roughly all of it combined, or a simple structure of having a body and limbs, okay? Then bilateral symmetry of everything else on the planet, okay? This is a problem just like dolphins. Oh, dolphins evolved from a four-legged animal. They jumped into the ocean. That sounds ridiculous. We know we come from the oceans, so you're going to tell me that they make us believe that we come from the oceans, but that animals jump back into them that formed in the ocean. Makes no damn sense. We actually evolved from the species of dolphin, porpoise, whale, whatever they are related to, okay? The cetaceans. We evolved from cetaceans. People are like, you know, people don't believe in the fish that walked on the land. I call it a seal or a walrus. That's a pinniped. That's basically a hybrid between a mammal and a fish, okay? Notice that a hippo and a seal or a walrus basically look the same in the face. Look at their faces and look how similar they are. And notice a hippopotamus is an amphibian, okay? It's amphibious. And plus they have the gray skin, you know? A lot of these animals, when it comes to where we came from, a lot of the animals have the grayish skin, all right? And then eventually they lost the gray skin and started growing coats. And then, of course, you have all the animals like the antelope. Antelope will actually walk on two legs, okay? This is where Pan comes from, you know, Pan and the mythology and all that. That's actually a part of our evolutionary ladder that the ancients really knew about. They really knew the nature of everything, okay? They knew what we know, but we only know small little details, a whole bunch of it, but we don't have it in order. We're not seeing the big picture of the puzzle, you know what I'm saying? This is part of the big picture. It's easier when you look at it this way because you can include everything that happens in one category or classification instead of having to classify each and little bitty thing. You know what I'm saying? You cover a larger range when it's simpler, when it's a simpler theory of basically how energy works. It's just energy. Prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Once energy manifests biologically, it's called prokaryotes and eukaryotes. That's energy in a biological form. Okay? That's exactly what it is. A prokaryote does not have a nucleus because it is a nucleus. Alright? It's not just because it doesn't have a nucleus. It is the nucleus. A eukaryote has the nucleus and the membrane around it. Okay? That's how everything becomes. Because life understood that prokaryotes just weren't the right way to go. So then it goes with eukaryotes and boom, everything can be born. But like the quantum theory evolves with the prokaryote, which is the male alpha, evolving technically the brains and the reproduction of every animal that is a eukaryote now will first evolve the limbic system, which is the primordial brain. That's the proto, that's the proton, the neutron, the nucleus, the alpha, the father, the seed, you know. That's the seed. So that kind of brain is going to evolve first. Then over time a eukaryotic brain is going to evolve, which is mammalian. It's got the limbic system and the cerebral cortex. Okay? So it's a more advanced brain. Then it's going to, the reproductive systems are going to change. Literally, the universe is becoming human. Okay? The universe is working its way through all kinds of energy regimes to create the best one. And that's humans. So it knows bilateral, and I'm just throwing this out there.